guys? I thought I'd give you my now honest opinion on the top 5 characters that came out these past 2 months. And we're going to go from worst to best. So out of these top 5s, we're going to start off with the worst. And then we're going to get to who was the very best. So pretty much, as you all know, we're starting off with Antonia at number 5. One of the worst characters out of the 5 to be released. Sure, Marks of Light is cool, but this character gets turtled hard. And his damage output doesn't look too pleasing. You know, for a character like this, I was expecting a little bit more without, like, Barracuda. Maybe Barracuda Dash didn't have, like, such a bad rep for just you have to go full with it or you can't do anything with it or you have to actually cancel it after the third hit, which sucks. It would have been better. But, you know, if Barracuda Dash didn't have to attack, I think Antonio could rise up a little bit. But it's still not going to face the fact that we still have the plus G-Slash, which is slow. People counter with breakers anyways. And Barracuda Blade, which is like a multi-hit breaker where people can just strike it, and Antonio doesn't even get an insta-block. So Antonio is at number 5 on this list. Now, believe it or not, number 4, I mean, I hate to say it, but, you know, I mean, number 4, maybe, like Shadow Ranger. He does a little bit extra damage, I guess, on Antonio here. His Shadow Saber in confinement is a really nice touch. You know, the confinement does give him some time to recuperate, but it doesn't face the fact that this character could just get countered even when your opponent's in the box. But, you know, he can be a little tricky sometimes, and, you know, when you have confinement and, like, Shadow Saber kind of back and forth, you know, you can always combo with. So I'm just putting that forward just because, like, you know, he's not going to be too consistent if your opponent just waits there and turtles the hell out of him with Shadow Slice. And Just Combo is, like, the only good poke you can kind of get off. But, you know, Shadow wasn't that bad to begin with. I mean, he just had, like, a really rough start. Maybe in the future we'll see a difference, but I think where he's at, I think 4 is a good spot for him. At least he's above Antonio. As much as I can say that. Now, let's get to our top 3. Hyperforce Yellow. I love Hyperforce Yellow. He came out great. He came out better than those two. And he was like, what, like the third character? He was like the 4th character right after Ranger Slayer. And all of his moves just worked. Everything was good damage. Ram Range got a cancel. Bighorn became a confusion. And you were able to do all this damage. And why I put him in the top 3 was because of that. Because you can have Ram Range, you cancel it, and hit Movie Black with a Bighorn if necessary. So he had more utility he can use on his opponent. Where he can go back and forth, use this, use that. Go into Ram Rush, Hammer Time, get the good damage. And just really kind of get in on your opponent. Hyperforce Yellow was a really good choice to pick up and a really great character to play with. I mean, sure, he can probably get turtled because of all the breakers, but you got to think about all the poke damage you can do and all the combos you can even set up with this character that kind of gives him that edge of being better than most of the 2 below him. Now, number 2, I'm giving it to Ranger Slayer. Great combo abuser. Her damage is beautiful. Her combos are nice. Once you get Blast Trap, you're pretty much setting yourself up for a nice 15 energy combo or even more. Ranger Slayer has been like actually one of my favorite ones, honestly, that ever came out when it was between Shadow and Antonio. Ranger Slayer kind of took the wheel here. And like she came out so amazing that like every combo she did was great. You could do so much with just Blast Blitz alone. And then it's pretty much she's a gamble character too. If your opponent doesn't have strikes, he's screwed because once you go Blast Blitz into Blast Trap, into Savage Shot, into Slayer Edge, it's like a giant, big ass combo, and it's like really good. I mean, why isn't she number 1? She's not number 1 because I put her at number 2 because she does kind of surpass the others because the others don't really get much on this character. But you know, Blast Trap doesn't really be useful when you're cornered. And B, Blast Blitz can obviously get hit if you have strikes that can go high, and you can stop her in her tracks. But that's why I put her at number 2. And number 1, as you all know, Titanium Ranger, the power of Thunder. I couldn't ask for any other better character to have right now in this game to use Thunder with. It's awesome. Shockwave Slam doing a good amount of damage. Demon Bane being a great counter attack. Lightspeed Kick and Blazer being amazing to put this character at a top for all the good attacks he really does. I appreciate Lightspeed Rescue because honestly, like we made him together anyway, everyone that we worked with on this guy, and it was like he came out amazing to a point where like he can feel meta as hell if you time all your attacks right and use the power of Thunder at your convenience. Especially Demon Bane being that one shield that really knew how to kick butt. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what your top 5 picks are. But to be honest, this is how I would rate the 5 new characters that were released in Legacy Wars for today. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for always coming to streams and having a good time. Peace out, guys, and y'all have a good one.